Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking Pokemon. Pokemon recently dropped a ton of brand new announcements, like the next generation of Pokemon games, Pokemon Winds and Waves. And you know what? Winds and Waves actually looks pretty good. I'm not going to say it's the best looking Switch game or anything like that, but comparing this to Scarlet and Violet, yeah, this looks amazing comparatively. There's no denying that there is an upgrade here. Whether it's going to run well, we'll see. That's still up in the air. I'm actually really looking forward to this generation and see what other new features they're going to introduce. Although I will say the starting trio this time isn't my favorite. That being said, I'm going to go with the Water Gecko, thank you very much. Honestly, one of the most exciting things about this announcement was the fact that it's coming next year. It's not coming out holiday of 2026. Pokemon Company is actually pushing it to 2027, which I know a lot of fans are disappointed by, but for a fan like me, I really want a well-optimized and just a beautiful looking Pokemon game. And if they need to delay a year or two to get that on the Switch, then so be it. We also got some more information on Pokemon Poctopia, which honestly looks like the best Pokemon game to ever be released. So I'm more excited for this one than Gen 10, to be honest. Combining Animal Crossing, Dragon Quest Builders, and Pokemon into one game just makes so much sense. And it looks so good. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into this game. It's already getting some stellar reviews, and so I'm just so excited to play this one. But there was one piece of news that Pokemon announced that seemed to be overlooked. And that is the fact that Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness will be coming to the Nintendo Switch Online service in March, which is this month. And don't get me wrong, I love this series and I cannot wait to play this game. And that's the thing, this is a series of games, and this is a sequel to the original game, Pokémon Colosseum. Yet it's coming out first. Okay. You see, I really just don't understand this decision. For those who don't know, Pokemon Colosseum dropped first on the GameCube back in 2003. Then in 2005, we got the sequel, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Same region, same Shadow Pokemon concept, direct sequel to Colosseum. So naturally, you would expect the first game to come out on NSO first, right? Yeah, no. Nintendo's releasing Gale of Darkness first, and Colosseum doesn't even have a release date. Now, of course, this isn't Nintendo forgetting Colosseum. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is considered the better game. But let's be honest, releasing the sequel before the original feels very strange. So why does this matter exactly? Well, it doesn't really matter that much, but I love these games, both of these games. But I will say that Colosseum is the one that really hooked me into this series. I mean, I did start with that one after all. That and the opening for Colosseum is just sick. It's probably the most edgy opening a Pokemon game will ever get. You start with the protagonist that's an ex-criminal, and he introduces himself by breaking out of the criminal hideout, stealing a valuable tool that allows him to steal Pokemon, and then he proceeds to escape on a hover bike with Umbreon and Espeon on his side. Again, this is just so cool. And unfortunately, the story doesn't really do much with it, but man, what a cool opening. Like I said, Gale of Darkness is probably the better game with all of its quality of life features, but releasing Gale of Darkness first, and then releasing Pokemon Colosseum afterwards sometime, it's just going to be weird because people who are playing Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness first are getting the better experience first, and then when Pokemon Colosseum drops, they're going to play that and they're probably going to think it's not that good comparatively. It would just make more sense to release the first game because the first game builds the foundation of this world and mechanics. And then the sequel, Gale of Darkness, improves on that foundation, streamlines purification for captured Pokemon, improves on the save system, adds more Pokemon for you to collect, and has better level design. And while I disagree with Nintendo's decision to release the sequel before the original game to the NSO, if you want to check out these weird spin-off games and you just can't wait for Colosseum to drop, I would recommend just going for Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. You're going to miss some stuff probably, but overall you're playing the improved streamlined experience with more Pokemon and just better gameplay. But I also wouldn't recommend skipping out on Pokémon Colosseum. Just the tone of this game is phenomenal, and if you haven't listened to the soundtrack yet, please go ahead and do so. No joke, these two games, because they share a lot of assets with one another, including music, have the best soundtrack of any Pokemon spin-off game, and for me, it's not even close. There's just too many bangers. Alright, that's enough of this pointless rant. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Even though Nintendo's release strategy for these two games is questionable, I'm really excited to revisit these two games and these regions. Because yeah, as weird as these games are, with the only double battles and one of the main ways of capturing Pokemon is by stealing them from other people, these titles are some of the most endearing ones to check out. They got a lot of charm, and you can definitely see the roots from the Stadium games in these. But with that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. God bless.